Peace, 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 peace. I was riding this morning, and I was thinking about all this, a lot of things in my heavens. A lot of things in my heavens. Whenever my heavens get full, I tend to come on here and reason with y'all on the heights. So today, I want to talk about relationships and the gender wars, the gender wars that we see playing out all through social media. It's bad right now, especially for the black community. It's really bad. They've managed to convince our younger generation, especially the sisters, that family and marriage is garbage. It's a negative. It's not worth it. If a man can't take care of you 100%, where all his money is for the bills, but they still want to work and have all their money for Fendi, Gucci, Louis, while men pay all the bills. And if a man doesn't accept that, he's whatever names they want to call him nowadays. And you got men on I don't know what they're on. They're on some weird stuff too when it comes to, I don't know, everybody's on some weird stuff lately. Men are, I don't know, it's bad. It's bad out here right now. It's scary bad, the state of the gender war. And then you got this new movie coming out called The Woman King. That movie is solely to make black women feel even more pressed that they don't need nobody, that they're strong, but I have to say this though, the fact that women keep screaming, I'm independent, tells me that you're not designed to be independent. Because if you were designed to be independent, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like why do women want to be applauded for being functioning adults? Obviously, nature did not design for you to be an individual. Nature did not design for you to be independent. Nature designed the female mammal, for the most part, to rely upon the male. There's very few species where the female mammal is not relying on the male in many ways. But nowadays, human females feel like that's some type of negative, and they say it's because they can't trust men. And I say it's because you don't know how to pick them, and vice versa. Men are hurt, and they can't take, for the most part, they can't take a lot of the medicine that they dished out, in a sense, not respecting their nature, taking advantage of their nature. You see, men took advantage of their nature for so long that women now want the perks of male advantage, but they don't want the accountability and responsibility of male advantage. It's strange. Like you have to understand, just like you didn't pick your parents and you didn't pick your race, and you didn't, well, I know race is fake, but you didn't pick your color, you didn't pick, what continent you were born on, you didn't pick what gender you was, you didn't pick your hair type, your hair color, your eye color. Like, you don't control so much things in your life, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand nature, instincts, nature predetermined so much. And the reason why we're clashing so much amongst the genders is because we don't want to be within our nature. We're fighting our nature. Male and female are fighting your true nature. And for as long as you're fighting your nature, you're gonna fight each other. And you envy what nature created. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the dolphin envying the shark. I don't know. You know, I don't really see the seahorse wishing they was a killer whale. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't see the zebra wishing he was a hippo so he can have a better defense, or a rhino. I mean, I don't know. You don't really see animals depressed for not being born something else. You know what I mean? But right now we're in a place where the competition is a disdain for nature. It's like you're fighting nature. You know what I mean? And until we embrace nature, the gender war is not gonna go away. You know, and it's sad and unfortunate. I can speak about this from different angles, but I know idealistically, I say idealistically because society doesn't give a damn about nature. So even though nature is the truth, nature has now become idealism because people have no desire to return to nature. But if you trust your instincts and put your emotions away, you would have had a lot less problems in the bulk of your relationships, myself included. Because my instincts is telling me this ain't right, but my emotions is making all type of excuses. You know what I mean? And in the end, it bites me. I get hurt. I get disappointed. You know, I can even put myself in unsavory situations, you know, running behind my emotions rather than going with my instincts. You know, if we really would just moved instinctual rather than emotional, and remember, fear is an emotion. You know, fear is an emotion. So when you basing your decisions on fear, you miss out on a lot of blessings as well, because your instincts told you one thing, but society told you to fear your natural instincts. And from you fear your natural instincts, or if you don't fear your natural instincts, you still ignore them because your emotional traumas want to be fed. You know, you want to fulfill an emotional need against your better judgment. And then when it doesn't work out against your better judgment, you lash out externally. You know what I'm saying? And you become more guarded externally when the problem was internal. Now you want to arm's length people. You want to limit. You know, you want to limit people's ability to get you vulnerable. But why? Being vulnerable is love. But now no one wants to be vulnerable because you went against your better judgment, following your emotions, got hurt, and you're angry at the outside world. And that happens so much now, to the point where this has been happening for generations, to the point now where a lot of parents, a lot of jaded mothers and jaded fathers are passing that their own negative experiences down, which breeds and gives birth to a lot of fear. So a lot of I'm a single man in my life right now, so I got to speak of what's happening with black women. A lot of black women are afraid to be vulnerable and afraid to give life a chance because of other people's experiences. It's not even your own trauma. It's other people's trauma that they caused on themselves for the most part by ignoring their own instincts, vibrations, gut feelings, you know what I mean? So now you're moving in fear, and you're moving in resistance and aggression, all because of other people's experiences. That's not cool. That's not cool. And to make it worse, you know, you're spreading these things in social media. Woo, my God, man. It's like a fire that was ignited and just it's burning out of control. And negativity spreads so much faster than positivity. People love the toxicity. People love the fear. It's like you're scared of the world, but you feed yourself more and more and more and more and more fear to keep you away from the world. But then you want things that come out of being a part of the world. And when I say world, I don't mean like the negative. I just mean like your environment, your community. You know what I mean? So here we are, and here we are, and here we are, and it's like, wow, and now everybody's being taught that morality is a joke, and morality is and like, I don't know, it's like, okay, we have this upshift in consciousness, right? And people are stepping away from religion, which is cool, but it's like, how come you're stepping away from morality as well? Morality is not just linked to religion. Morality is linked to your own character and your own spirituality and your own ability to function healthy in this world. And people don't want to deal with that. And this whole body count thing, women want to compete with men when it's just not the same, my sisters. And I'm not making excuses for brothers. I don't believe no one should be out here just slut bagging themselves. You know what I mean? I don't. But nature designed things a certain way. Like you have to understand, like, it's like in the days when men were explorers, right? When men were explorers, and men were discovering new lands, and men were able to go out there, to go on these ships and to fight the current of the oceans, to go to new lands, to plant a flag and to come back. That is heroic, because you're going against obstacles. You're going against, you gotta be smart. You gotta be intelligent. You gotta be all these great things to achieve these life goals and make it back to tell your story, right? That's in the days of the explorers and the conquerors and all these people, right, who planted flags for their nation for new land, right? Okay, quick little analogy in that type of sense. It's like discovery is great, right? Like some of the best historic stories in history are stories of discovery. I'm going on a long tangent and trying to make my point in a way that it doesn't come across insensitive in some kind of favor of men. So bear with me for 1 second as I try to bring this home to a way where people go, oh, not, whatever. So, okay, what I'm saying is when you discover new land, right? And you're like, you plant your flag, that makes the whole nation proud because you achieved something great. Okay, so the moon, it's like, you have these claims of the moon landing and who did it first, right? No one, like, now it's only the first couple people get the credit. After a while, no one cares, and it's just another thing. The 15th person doesn't get an applaud for breaking old ground. You know what I'm saying? There's no applaud for breaking old ground. You know what I'm saying? And even with agriculture, it's only for so long you can keep planting in the same area before you have to slash and burn and start over, wait 7 years for the soil to replenish itself. And the woman is the earth. The woman is the earth. She's where the seed gets planted. So if the soil is all dug up or eroded or been so over harvested that it has to rest, you know where I'm going. I'm gonna just leave that alone. It's a touchy subject that I don't want to go too far into, but I'm not playing no favorites. I say everybody, everybody is, like I said, everybody's doing the wrong thing right now, and everybody's pride is too high, and no one's really being in touch with their instincts. No one's really being in touch with their true self. Everybody's doing things based on emotion and propaganda. And because of that, we're at odds, and we're at each other's throats, and it's a bunch of finger pointing, and it's a bunch of people who are like, right now we have this whole thing where everybody's what's that word now? Everybody's a narcissist. Everybody ain't a narcissist. The problem is people are getting in relationships too afraid to invest their feelings. So they come across like narcissists, and maybe some of them are actually sociopaths and all this shit. But for the most part, people don't want to be alone, but they don't want to be vulnerable. And then you have all these toxic relationships as a result. You know, so my people, we have to calm down, slow down, get back into our nature, trust our instincts, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And if you're being vulnerable in a situation where you trust your instincts, you will more than likely be all right. And if you're not all right, it would be way less frequent. You know, you wouldn't be having these reoccurring problems where every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, every 2 years, you're in a new relationship. You know, it really shouldn't be that way, because the more relationships you get into, the harder it will be to actually settle down and work with somebody. Because you have to understand that whoever you pick, you're gonna have to work with them. People always say, I want the relationship that my grandparents have. They've been together for 50 years, and it took 35 years for them to gel. It's only in the last 15 where you see the harmony. You know what I'm saying? It took 35 years for them to gel. The commitment means don't quit on each other. Commitment doesn't mean I'm gonna have a lifetime of daisies, mangoes, and coconuts, and sunshine and rainbows. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, monsoons, tsunamis, that's all part of the beauty of nature, right? So the beauty of nature is it's crazy, it's tumultuous, it's scary, you know, but you don't quit on the earth. So you got to stop quitting on each other. We have to stop quitting on each other, black people. Family, come on, like you can't, like, and all you pro-black and all you conscious people and all you Rastas and all you RBGs, y'all can't have a strong nation without families. Like, how is it you're breaking up every 3 days but you want to build a nation? How is it you can't talk to your child's mother, you can't talk to your child's father, but you want to build a nation? You know, how is it you don't talk to your aunt, your sister, your cousin, but you want to build a nation? If you can't work with your family, you're not going to work with nobody else. You know what I mean? It's just the real thing. Charity starts at home, right? If you cannot work with the nucleus, everything else is going to be short-term, temporary. And that's why you see us in the state that we're in for the most part. Yeah, I never seen a nation of single people. Families, you know, a tribe it starts off with a family, you know what I mean? And families connect, you know what I mean? And build and grow to nations, but it's all based around families. And black women right now, they don't want families. It's crazy, you know. I see men wanting commitment and relationships and families more than sisters. I don't understand what's happening right now, which is really a reversal in nature. But that it's not like, ha, I'm gonna get you back. Yeah, y'all gonna feel what I felt. Because when you felt it, it didn't help. So now us feeling it is not gonna help. Neither one of these pride, ego responses are gonna help. You know what I mean? Phew. I can really go on so many levels to this. I think I'm gonna have to do another one because I don't really like my videos being super long, and I think this is one of the longest videos I've ever done because, yeah, this topic is like, ooh, it's you know, you see it all over the place, and I just wanted to give a half a sense on it, and you know, perhaps I'll do another one in a little while about this subject again. If y'all feel I should, let me know in the comments below. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Give thanks for life always. Yes, I.